All right, Shalom. I want to start off, as always, man, by giving all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Bracha HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone. I want to send much love into the brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And I also want to send peace and blessings unto the believers of the hopeful elect. And in this morning's lesson, I wanted to do a response video onto this video here that was put up by Kim Iverson here on YouTube. And as you can see, the title of her video reads, "Why the U.S. might be closer to collapse than you think. A look at the Roman Empire." Okay. And for those of us who are in the know, we know that America is a splitting image of the Roman Empire. All right. All America is just it's Rome with technology. Okay. The only difference is that Rome did not have cell phones and iPads, right? Computers. But everything else that Rome had and that it was doing, America is doing the same thing. And all it takes is a little research, to go into the Roman government back then, go into their culture, their gods, their morality, how they did things, and you will see similarities with America. All right. And we know, according to scripture, right, that Rome was prophesied to come back in power. All right. Was to be healed. Okay. And come back to power. And I'll get that precept there. But I'm just going to play a few minutes of this video here, man. Then I get into a few things, just showing the similarities between ancient Rome and America, and how pretty much this society, okay, is falling like Rome, but it will be destroyed like ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, okay, by fire, right? So here we go. And Lord willing, you can hear this. Make sure it's all right. Yeah. Here we go.
And so many of us compare the U.S. and where we're at right now to the Roman Empire. We hear this comparison all the time. And I think the comparison really stems from the expansion of American militarism, right? Around the world, we've got 800 bases around the world. And so people look at that and say, this caused the collapse of the Roman Empire. They overextended themselves. And the United States is on that path where we're no longer taking care of our own people.
Right. Just as Rome expanded their military, right? Trying to police everything and control every damn thing. America is doing the same thing. I mean, they're doing the exact same thing, man. And I have a quick video here, okay? This video is a minute and 31 seconds, all right? This is a guy who appears to be an Edomite, all right? He pretty much compares the ancient Roman military unto what America is doing today. So here we go. As you can see here, it says from Oxford Academy on the similarities between the classical Roman Empire and the modern United States. All right, so here we go.
I've called the book Taken at the Flood. It's a quote from William Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. And the idea is simply that the Romans seized the opportunity. They were carried along by, as it were, the tide of the times was as much as anything what enabled them to take over Greece and to do it in the way that they went about it. And that's why I called it Taken at the Flood. There's quite a high degree of similarity, to me, at a superficial level. I'm not a modern political analyst. There's quite a lot of degree of similarity between the way the Romans went about gaining and maintaining control over the Greek world in this period that I cover in the book, and what the US is up to at the moment, what we might call US imperialism since the Second World War. That is, that they both established influence abroad. as a way of maintaining control, as a way of getting states abroad to defer to them. Rather than putting a standing army there, they used their power to have influence. And on the back of that influence, they would then feel that they had the moral right to police those areas where they had influence, so that if there was trouble there, they have the right, or they took upon themselves the right, to go in and sort it out. So there are these areas of similarity between what the Romans were up to and what the US is up to today. It's the same kind of economic approach to empire, to commit as few resources as possible.
Right. Well, America has over 800 military bases around the world. They have standing armies all around the world. So they're just like the ancient Roman Empire, man. Trying to police everything, influence everything, right? Calling people terrorists, as if they're not the biggest terrorist organization on the planet. America is the biggest terrorist organization on the planet. These are facts. And they're showing it, man. All the hell that's happening in the Middle East is because of America. These are facts, man. All the problems around the world is because of America. But just as Rome, spread themselves thin, trying to control everything, meddling in everybody's business, America doing the same thing. And it's going to lead to her downfall, man. It's going to lead to her destruction, So I have another thing here on our Google, right? It says a list of similarities between America and ancient Rome, all right? And this is an AI overview, It says the United States and ancient Rome have many similarities, including government, education, and culture, Here in government, it says the U.S. Constitution was influenced by Roman ideas about the separation of powers and the need for a Senate, right? Keep that in mind. A need for a Senate, right? A Senate House. It says both the Roman Republic and the U.S. democracy have a separation of powers, with the Romans having magistrates, a Senate, assemblies, and tribunes, and the U.S. having a president, Congress, and federal court system. Both, right? It says both have also term limits on high-ranking officials. This is how ancient Rome did things. And it's recorded here in the Holy Scriptures. If you go here to the book of First Maccabees chapter 8, all right, it gives you, a quick little insight on how Rome did things. So I'll read the first verse with the first 4 verses, then I'll jump down. So this is First Maccabees chapter 8 and verse 1. It says, now Judas had heard of the fame of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men, and such as would lovely accept all that joined themselves unto them, and make a leave of amenity with all that came unto them, and that they were men of great value. It was told him also of their wars and noble acts which they had done against the Galatians, and how they had conquered them and brought them under tribute, and what they had done in, I'm guessing it's the country of Spain, for the winning of the mines of silver and gold which is there, and that by their policy and patience they had conquered all that place. Right? Same how America do. By their policy, right? By their patience, right? Their military. They overthrow governments, stage coups and false flags. The devil is the devil. But he's moving how the ancient Romans move. It says they had conquered all that place, though it was very far from them, and the kings also that came against them from the uttermost parts of the earth, so they had discomforted them and given them a great overthrow, so that the rest did give them tribute every year. Now, I'm going to jump down here all right, because this portion of the scripture speaks about Rome's government, pretty much, right? It says, verse 11, it was told him besides how they had destroyed and brought under their dominion all other kingdoms and isles that at any time resisted them. But with their friends or their allies, right, it says, and such as relied upon them, they kept amenity, right? And that they had conquered kingdoms both far and nigh, and so much as all that heard of their name were afraid of them. Also, that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displaced. Finally, that they were greatly exalted. So if Rome was for you in your kingdom, all right, you'll reign. If they wasn't, you'll be overthrown and displaced. Just like America do, man. They stage coups and set up puppet governments, for their likings, man. Okay, just as Rome did. It says, yet for all this, none of them wore a crown, right? They didn't have a monarchy, right? It says, or was clothed in purple to be magnified thereby, because they had Caesars, right, who reigned. It says, moreover, how they had made for themselves a Senate house. You see that? This is where America get it from. They got it from Rome, man, because this is Rome all over again. It says, wherein 320 men sat and counseled daily, consulting always for the people, to the end they might be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year, right? Today we have presidents, who reign for 4 years, and then they have a election, right, every 4 years. It says, who ruled over their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. Okay, but we see today how there is envy and emulation amongst the American government, politics, right? The presidents of Trump and Biden and Kamala, right? It's a big mess. But this is Rome, man. Okay, don't get it twisted. America is Rome, all right? And the Roman Empire is back, okay, by way of NATO and the EU being led by America, all right? Now get into the scripture here. This is Revelation chapter 13, all right? And I'm going to get here to the point, man. It says, verse 3, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Now, he's talking about one of the 7 heads, right, of the beast, okay, that was wounded. And we know this head to be the Roman Empire, okay, when Rome fell, all right, the ancient pagan Roman Empire, okay, under Esau's rule back then, that fell, right? It fell to Jake. If you understand history, eventually Jake came into power in the Roman Empire, man, all right? And it's known as the Holy Roman Empire, okay, in which, Christianity was pushed heavy, all right, during the Dark Ages, so to speak, okay? Jake pushed Christianity, bro. They pushed it heavy, okay? You had Jake, who was popes, right? That was in high office back then. Jakes who was Caesars, okay? A lot of Jakes were Caesars, man. It wasn't just Constantine and Septimius Severus, man. It was a lot of Jakes, okay? A lot of so-called black men, all right? Israelite men who were Caesars and had high-ranking positions in the Roman Empire, man. Okay, the Holy Roman Empire, that is. But when the deadly wound was healed, all right, it was healed starting with the Renaissance period, man, in which Esau came back into power, okay? But also, you know what? I'll read verse 4, then I continue on. It says, and they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. Who is the dragon talking about? It's talking about the ancient Roman Empire. Who is the beast? The beast is talking about NATO and the EU, okay? They get their power, right, from the ancient Roman Empire, man. How they do things, how they run things, man. They get it from Rome, okay? So this is why people make the comparisons. They don't understand it is in the scriptures, okay? But they can see, right, just from studying history, that, hey, look, America is doing things just as Rome. They're acting just like the Romans, man. Okay? They, they celebrate all their holidays, okay? They have a woke movement, all right, amongst the alphabet community. Okay, Rome had that. Okay? A bunch of sickness, man. A bunch of sickness, okay? Ugh. It says, and they worship the dragon, okay, which I get some of that. It says, which gave power unto the beast, and they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him, right? No one. For a period of time. But we know eventually, okay, war will be made against the beast, all right? And eventually, the beast is going to turn on itself, right? The 10 horns, they're going to turn on Babylon. We know that according to prophecy, right? Revelation chapter 17. But this is Rome, man, okay? And to further establish that, you had what? The treaties of Rome that was signed, man, right? It says the treaties of Rome were signed in Rome, okay? So they went to Rome to sign this. Bro, the Lord made these devils do this, man, so that we can know who the scripture's talking about. Esau, man. If you can't see that the so-called white man is Esau, then you just need to put the Bible down. Seriously. Just put the Bible down, bro. It says they are considered as the foundation acts of the European community. All right. It says the first treaty established the European Economic Community, while the second one established the European Atomic Energy Community, better known as a Euratom. All right. But as you can see here, the treaties of Rome, okay, this is Rome coming back right here in your face, man, and this is their website. There you can go and read all this good stuff, okay? It tells you about the different countries, all right, who was there. Okay, it was 6 of them. Originally, okay, they wanted 10, okay? Originally, they wanted 10, but it started off with 6, and then the others was added on, man, all right? And now today you have like 29 countries a part of the European Union, all right? But originally, it's 10, bro, as prophecy said. It's 10, okay? But enough on that there. Now, I want to move on to this here, right? It says, top 10 reasons ancient Rome was a perverse paradise, okay? Now, I'm only going to just play a little bit of this video. I ain't going to play all of it because, no, I won't do it, okay? But if you want to go watch this full video, you can. I watched it before, okay? But if you want to go watch this whole video, you can watch it. I highly suggest that you don't have no food available. Don't eat no food and watch this video. I'm telling you right now, do not eat any food and watch this shit. Because I ain't going to play the whole video. I'm just play number 10. That's all I'm playing is number 10. If you want to watch the rest of the 9, you go right ahead. But here we go, man. It says top 10 reasons ancient Rome was a perverse paradise. Okay? Just like America, man. America is a perverse paradise. These are facts. We see what the hell going on here in Babylon the Great, bro. This is a perverse paradise. So here we go.
Top 10 reasons ancient Rome was a pervert's paradise. Number 10. Slave sex. It's no secret that Roman society ran on slavery. Men and women captured during military conquests were shipped all over the empire and auctioned off to the highest bidder, at which point they became the property of some aristocrat or other.
That happened to Jake. That did not happen to the children of Israel, man. got conquered by Esau. Esau sold them, right? Sold them, traded for them, okay? And they became Esau's property, man. And we know how Esau treated Jake, bro. The men, the women, the children, the elderly. He didn't give a damn. He got very perverted with both the Israelite man and the Israelite woman, bro. He got very perverted, very lewd, okay? I mean, he did the most, bro. That make you want to go outside and just take out the first Edomite you see. That's how nasty he got, bro. That shit's sick, bro. You know? It's sick. But he gonna pay for that. He gonna pay for what he did to Jake, bro.
And those aristocrats usually had one thing on their minds when buying a young slave: sex. See, slaves were absolutely devoid of rights in Roman law. They were part of the furniture, no better than the objects surrounding them. And just as it's technically impossible to have an affair with your bookcase, Roman law didn't consider slave sex to be infidelity. So when Augustus outlawed adultery in 31 BC, the horny Romans did what any sex addict would do and started molesting their slaves at an unprecedented rate. Looks, gender, and even age were no barrier. The Warren Cup, for example, is a Roman goblet dated to 5 AD that sports an image of a guy casually molesting a child. In essence, being a slave in ancient Rome basically meant being a walking sex aid. Speaking of which, number 9. Public.
Okay, that's all I'm going to. That's it. I'm not going no farther. They didn't care, bro. In ancient Rome, they did not care. Okay? Another point that they didn't make in this video is that if you were in the Roman military, okay, and if you was a fruit fly, all right, or a pedo, okay, they didn't consider you that because you was in the military. Even though you was a flaming, fruit fly, and you was a known pedophile, they didn't consider you that because you were considered a mighty man, okay? But them niggas was freaky and they was nasty, okay? Very nasty and lewd, man. That's how the Romans got down, bro. Today, Esau hide it for the most part, okay? In today's society, you don't see grown men with little 7-year-olds, 5-year-old children, okay, having relations. They do it behind the scene now. This is why human trafficking is so high, especially here in Houston, Texas. I think they said Houston, Texas is number 1 when it comes to human trafficking, man, because it's close to the border, right? It's a very large city. I saw a woman, I believe maybe a few months ago, she reported, she said, a lot of these bars and clubs in Houston, they have a lot of behind the scene places where they traffic children and men pay. All right. They pay to go and have intercourse with these kids, man, and these clubs and these bars. Okay. Some sick stuff, man. But this is how they get down here in Babylon, bro. Okay. They have a bunch of orgies in Babylon the Great, too. You'll be surprised, man. They have orgies, man, in all these damn cities, bro. These big major cities, they getting freaky, bro. Just as ancient Rome did, okay? And you have these so-called civilized Americans, these upstanding citizens, they be involved in this shit, bro. I don't give a damn what their job title is. A pastor, a doctor, I don't care what it don't matter. These niggas are freaky, dog. Some goddamn sick shit, man. Paul spoke about this, right? If you read this here, 1 Corinthians, okay, which, oh my goodness. If you go and do your research on Corinth, all right, Corinth was like it was like Atlanta, okay? Corinth was like Atlanta, all right, or Los Angeles, okay? a very freaky, sick society, man. They did everything in Corinth, okay? And people flocked to Corinth, man. Because it was a booming city, but they did all kinds of stuff in that city, bro. And this is why Paul had such a hard time with these niggas. Well, I ain't gonna call them niggas. Jake was tripping, bro. Jake was fucking tripping, bro. Jake having sex with their mama, you know, doing all kind of lewd stuff, man. But this is how they was taught. So Paul had the roughest time with the Corinth, man. It says, Corinthians 6:9, know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, right? Those who commit adultery, no idolaters, those who serve an idols outside of the Most High, right? No adulterers, okay? Nor effeminate, nor abuser of themselves with mankind. All right. Now, I believe if you go into the word fornicator, okay, also it goes into different kind of acts of sexual immorality, man. Okay, pornos. Yep. Some sick shit, man.
Strong's G 4205. Parnas. Parnas.
Yep. A man who prostitutes his body to another lust for hire. Okay, male prostitute. They had them known as catamites. Okay, here. Effeminate.
Strong's G 3120. Malakas. Malakas.
Right, it says soft to touch, metaphor and bad sense, effeminate, of a catamite, of a boy kept for homosexual relations with a man. That's a damn pedophile. That is a damn pedo, okay? But this is how they got down back in ancient Rome, man. It's the same thing today, dog. It's the same thing today. A sick society, man. Very sick, all right? But this is why Babylon is falling like Rome, okay? And you can go watch this whole video, man. I ain't gonna play all of it, you know. But I just found it very interesting, you know, that they were talking about it. You can go watch it, man. But Lord, when those edifying, I'll praise you, how about Shem Shai, by Shem Chakadash, Shalom.